Oh,
Yeah, I got
to turn it on.
Got to put the microphone on, for God's sakes. Here we go.
You're just moving your lips at this point. Okay, now.
Got to put the old microphone on. You know? What's happening, everybody? What's happening, nobody? Oh, boy, oh, boy. So we'll throw it around Super Bowl Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday. These guys are knocking around. These guys are it's Super Bowl Sunday. I haven't watched the Super Bowl since 1988. I think hey, what's happening? What's happening, guys? Thanks for joining me. Harry, what's going on there, Harry? Harry, the great Harry Chapin. See, your name reminds me of the great Harry Chapin, killed, tragically killed on the Long Island Expressway. It was terrible. Harry Chapin gave more money to charity than any other musician ever. And I'm saying ever. This man was the salt of the earth. He really was. Tremendous. What's going on? Not anybody? Not nobody. I'm here. Justin is here. Oh, Louie. Louie, 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 Louie. Louie, 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 Louie. 1973. What band? All right, let's go. What band sang my friend's title song, Louie? What band actually sang Louie? It's a one word title, one word name for the band. I know certain people that know everything. Certain people know everything. I'll ask any question, any genre, any ridiculous topic, and somebody is going to name it. Andy, what's going on there, Andy? Harry. Oh, my friend Harry. I'm talking about my friend Harry. I pay him homage, and he has no internet. The guy, his whole internet. How did you send the text? How did you send the text if you had no internet? Like my wife, the contortionist. My wife can do her stuff no matter what. I mean, the internet can come down, the electricity can go out, the whole world can come to an end, but my wife will not be without a phone. She will always have a phone. Because if my wife doesn't have a phone, oh, you don't want to be around her. You know, if modern technology, what's that? I know it's a, oh, come on, I'm busting you, honey. No, I'm saying that the phone has become such a part of our, and actually I shouldn't talk because the phone has been part of our lives for far too long. But man, a group named Stories actually wrote the song. You like my glass? Pretty, right? Louie, Louie, Louie. I think it goes on. She was black. It goes on. She was black as the night. Louie was whiter than wine. Something like that. She was black as the night. Louie was whiter than wine. Ain't no difference if you're black or white. Mama, you know what I mean. Something like that. Something silly like that. But that song was actually senior year. That's it. Stories. You got it. I said Stories before you said Stories. I used to listen to that song. I used to say, boy, they're trying to break the racial barrier. They are really trying hard to break the racial barrier. I'm trying to the second verse. Um, so one part of this song brought her home to meet her mama and papa. Louie knew just where he stood. See, the parents, you couldn't bring a black woman in. That was taboo back. The racial mixes in these couples, that was very rare back in those days. And I think Louis, whiter than wine, tried to bring home his African American girlfriend, and it didn't fly well with the parents. I mean, it wasn't Meet the Fockers, but it was close. Meet the Fuckers, the Fockers. What is that again, honey? The Fockers, right? It's not fuckers, it's Fockers, right? I just rated my video X. My beautiful, beautiful Cynthia Romeo. She's side by side right here, but you just can't see her. But she's right on top of things. On top of things. She's not on top of me at the moment, and that's what hurts. But she's on top of things. I usually get on top of her, actually. If you need to know if you need to know these things, what's that? I'm sorry. If you need to know these things, you know what? Let's see what we have here. Son of the period night, Chuck Negron. Yes, the great Chuck Negron. Chuck Negron, Three Dog Night. What now? Don't give me Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Don't you dare give me Jeremiah was a bullfrog. That can't be your favorite song, Joy to the World. My favorite song, my favorite Three Dog Night song, Easy to Be Hard. See, the song has weird connotations. I'm on this track today. I have no idea why. Easy to be hard. That could be taken two ways, if you know what I mean. How can people be so thoughtless? How can people be so cold, so cruel? Easy to be proud, easy to say no. Special, and then it comes on, especially people who care about strangers, that's beautiful stuff. Who care about evil, social injustice. And they come on with this chorus from God. Let's see how you feel inside. Oh, I need a friend. I need a friend. Something like that. How can people be so damn hard? How can Mama told me not to come? Mama told me not to come. She said, "That ain't the way when I'm home, son. That ain't the way that I want, son. Mama told me, mama told me, mama told me, mama told me." 1970. Well, I never been to Spain, but I kinda like the music. See the ladies all insane there, but they sure know how to use it. They don't abuse it. Never gonna lose it. I can't refuse it. Only, well, I never been to heaven, but I've been to Oklahoma. Something, something, I don't know the lyrics. Um, One is the loneliest number that you ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one. Ah. And then it's something like, no, it's a great line. No is the baddest experience. No is the baddest experience you could ever do. Is that what he says? No is the baddest experience you'll ever do. Yes, it's the saddest experience you'll ever do. One is the loneliest number that you ever know. One is the loneliest number. Yep, the great Elvis. Yeah, I'm going on tour. I'm going on tour. Everybody's going to wear earplugs when I go on tour. You can give me any song, I would say any song from the 70s. I'll pull it right out of my rear end. I'll give you every lyric for any song. I'm serious, except the ones I couldn't stand. Any song, any song. I never cared for Elvis, by the way. Elvis was my mother's favorite. My mother's favorite. Don't be cool. Every time I turn around, don't be cool. I'll do my hardest too. I don't want no other love. Oh, baby, it's still you I'm thinking of. Ooh. That is my mother's favorite. Don't be cruel. Heavy metal. I don't like heavy metal. That's noise. I know I just made some enemies. Heavy metal is noise. I'm sorry. I can't take heavy metal. I can't take heavy metal. Was I in great shape when I was younger? I was the skinniest. I was so skinny. I was athletic as they come. I was the greatest athlete on the planet, actually. You think I'm just talking about sports? I was the greatest athlete on the planet. But I could do anything. But I was skinny and I was wiry, and I started to lift weights. And I started to lift weights in 1979 because before you lifted weight, Led Zeppelin, "Hey, hey, mama said the way you move gonna make you sweat." You know, before I started to lift weights in 1979, my father wouldn't allow me to lift weights before that because still the one. I got to stop looking over here. I got to just get this point out. Keep the things coming because without you out there, I'm nothing. I live a barren existence without somebody. And during this hour, I'll live a barren existence if you don't chime in. I was a skinny kid. My father would not allow me to lift weights because I was a big time baseball player. I played basketball, great. I was a good basketball player, everything else, right? He said, you know what? My father's voice was kind of like this. Hey, hey, you start lifting those weights. I want to tell you something there, buddy. You start lifting those weights, and you're going to be sorry. You're going to get muscle bound. God, you're going to be muscle bound. What the hell are you trying to do? You can't be. In those days, they thought if you touched a weight, you'd become muscle bound. I'd lose my flexibility. Wouldn't be able to shoot a basketball. I wouldn't be able to do everything that I need to do. They would tell me. My father would tell me that all the time. But on the side, I had these plastic weights because back in 1979, I couldn't afford these top-notch weights. I had these plastic weights, and I lifted. As soon as I started lifting weights, boom, it kicked in like you would not believe. It kicked in. Like I got a 90-pound weakling. I was never a 90-pound weakling. I was a skinny, wiry, athletic type, right? And all of a sudden, boom, I just grew. Now, nothing. Now, right now, I'm 167 pounds. I mean, if you want to see, this is me. This is 167 pounds. This is not 220. This is 167. This is 6 feet, 65 years old, 167 pounds. This is not some big bruiser, right? So, what was I going to say now? I forgot. So I looked at it. Boom! It took to me. Back then, I was eating everything in sight. I ate everything. The seafood diet. When I saw food, I scarfed it down. I ate everything imaginable, and boy, it was really fantastic. And I just gained weight. It looked like I ate dumbbells. I got so big, and I was never on steroids, never on any kind of testosterone. I was afraid, deathly afraid. I got so big that everybody said, "Oh my God, what the hell are you doing? What did you do? My goodness, you were a skinny athletic kid. Now you're huge and muscle bound." They said the word muscle bound to my father. And my father was always dead set against me. I'll get it out. Dead set against me lifting weights. And England Dan and John Ford Coley. I peek over there. England Dan and John Ford Coley. There's a guy. There's a guy really scraping the bottom. No, they were actually very talented guys. But what was I going to say now? I haven't. Well, I blew up. Everybody thought I was doing something. I was juicing, but I was not juicing. Then when you get older, you want to get leaner. You don't want to be, big anymore. You want to get leaner. So you try to do things to make yourself leaner. And I changed workouts. But I've been working out since, let's say, 1979. I don't think I missed a day. I did. I get a few surgeries. I had a few surgeries. I forgot about that. But we could go walking through Windy Park, take a drive along the beach, just stay at home and watch TV. It really doesn't matter to me. I'm not talking about moving in, and I don't want to change your life, but there's a warm wind blowing the stars around, and I'd really like to see you tonight. You Jay from Jay, what's happening there, good buddy? What's going on, Jay from PA? Back in the old days, we used to say, we thought it was funny. Where do you live? Pennsyltucky? Pennsyltucky. If you lived in Pennsylvania, I would say. It's kind of like a mix between Kentucky and Pennsylvania. That's cold. Somebody just say, that's cold. Yo, that's cold, y'all. That be cold, man. That be cold, mother effer. A poet and didn't know. Ralph, this is Gene from New Jersey. What's up? What are you? What are we talking about? See, that's for you to find out, there, Joan. See, Joan, if you join me too late, if you join me 20 minutes late, then you have to just you have to fend for yourself. You have to find out what we're talking about. You just can't come on here and dictate the conversation. I mean, we know we love you. Cindy and I, we both love you, but I mean, come on. Don't you dare dictate. No, I'm kidding, Joan. You're a great person. I'm kidding. Hi, Ralph. Oh, I read that. Oh, yeah. Man, Three Dog Night, Chuck Negron. I mean, he was down and out, but what a faggot. If you saw Three Dog Night circa 1971, 72, 73, you saw one of the greatest bands, the most underrated band in America by far. They were so musical and the harmonies were so intricate and their arrangements were so superb. They were so good. It was really phenomenal. Phenomenal. I would say amazing, like most of you say, but I despise the word amazing. Have you noticed how often we use, not me, because I never use it. If you notice, I've never used once in my videos, anything. I've never used the word amazing even one time. I refuse to use the word amazing because as you see these days, every adjective, if something is wonderful, fabulous, tremendous, automatically everybody amazing. Amazing. Oh, that's an amazing haircut you have there. Oh, that's an amazing dress you have on. Oh my goodness, where did you get that amazing car? Shut up. Shut up with amazing. If I never hear the word amazing ever again, it'll be far too soon. Have you heard awesome is another word. If I could actually take the word around its neck, if words had necks, I'd strangle the word awesome and I'd wring the neck of the word amazing. I want them obliterated, obliterated from the English language. I cannot take it anymore. I don't know how you feel about this very important subject. How do you feel about this extremely important subject? What's my Super Bowl prediction? Who's playing? That's how much I love football. I know New England. Who's New England playing? I have no idea. I haven't watched the Super Bowl. I'm a sports guy, and I haven't watched that fiasco. Bad Bunny. I haven't watched that fiasco in God. I don't know. 38 years. 38 years. 38 years. I have. Oh, Seattle. Okay. Is it Seattle? All right. I like the Yankees today by a touchdown. Louis. He's got a great sense of humor. He leaves me some comments, boy. The comments that he comes up with, boy, you're gonna make your hair curl. Make your hair curl. By the way, Sabrina Carpenter, I have no idea who Sabrina Carpenter is. You think I know Karen Carpenter? You think I know who Sabrina Carpenter is? I have no idea. Sabrina on Bewitched, Karen Carpenter. Cross them, and then you have Sabrina Carpenter. I know Sabrina on Bewitched, uh, Elizabeth Montgomery, and I know the other. What? Who? I know. Yeah, Karen Carpenter. Too bad somebody didn't. It was such a tragic situation. Tragic situation. Bless you, brother. Bless you, Action Jack. Action Jack is here. He's got his cape on. My buddy Action Jack's got his cape on. Oh, by the way, Action Jack will be on this program. I put him off 2 times. I'm sorry, Jack, and thank you for being so understanding. Seriously. Action Jack. It sounds like a superhero, boy. That's a superhero name. That's better than Ralph Romeo. I mean, Ralph Romeo's a name and a half, but Action Jack's going to be on this channel by invitation. Now, yours truly, in a few days. So we're going to get Action Jack. He's going to disclose all the wonderment of his channel, and it's going to be wonderful. Are you following this, honey? Sweetheart? Yeah. Are you following this? I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. Are you? I'm wondering if you. Okay, do the important stuff. It's okay. I just was wondering. Okay. Melissa Joan Hart is playing Ballerina, the teenager. Yeah. Who do you think will be the MVP of the game? I think the MVP will be Phil Rizzuto, and it's either Phil Rizzuto or Fran Tarkington. I think Tarkington will throw for about 300 yards. He'll scramble for about 60. Or maybe Jim Zorn for the Seahawks will emerge in about 5 touchdowns. By the way, I don't know about the Super Bowl all that much. I know about old time football, but I don't know present day football because I can't stand football. And by the way, you're making Sunday sauce. Sunday sauce. That today, you know who's going to win? Jim Zorn, Steve Largent. Those were the days, my friend. I thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. And no, I don't take cocaine. I'm not on uppers. This is my natural personality. And now my MVP is Howie. Yep. No, I'll tell you, Jim Zorn. Jim Zorn was a heck of a player. I don't want to get caught up on Jim Zorn for the next. But Jim, and by the way, we're gonna have I gotta get off in an hour's time, so get everything in. Okay, let's see. Always a quarterback for these days, but why do people spend 5,000? Can you imagine the idiocy of going to this fiasco, this Super Bowl, paying huge numbers for your hotel, the treachery of getting to the stadium, the enormous stress that one has to take on if one chooses to go to the Super Bowl. Can you imagine how stunad in Italiano? It's stunad. Do you imagine how stunad people are? Oh, I got to go. Oh, you got Super Bowl tickets? Oh, you sure you're going to the Super Bowl? I got to go to. You got to be kidding to go to this game. I won't even watch it on TV, for Christ's sake. The top ticket is going for the. Are you serious? The top ticket is $30,000. Oh my gosh! I could buy dinner for that. I could buy my usual dinner for 30 grand. I mean, I can. I can. I can take a cab. I could take an Uber from Amsterdam Avenue to Wall Street for that. Why would I want to spend 30? You know how much they're charging? How much Uber is charging in Manhattan? You get into an Uber at Exchange Place, my old radio studios, Exchange Place, the next block from Wall Street. I took an Uber from Wall Street. I'll ask you a question. From Wall Street to the Upper West Side in the 70s. You know Manhattan? Wall Street to the Upper West Side. How much did those crooks want to take out of my wallet? How much? Tell me. I need to know. That's the question, Hamlet. Next year, shine. What is this? Sabrina Bowl. Hope I'm cheaper. Somebody saying New York ain't cool no more. Y'all, New York ain't cool no more. New York isn't cool anymore. He's absolutely right. $20? Think again. Chris is always trying to get me. Can you interview that guy? Can you do that? He thinks it could happen overnight. He takes a person for. This is no offense, Chris. This is me busting balls. If you can't take it, I can't help it. This is the way I am, Chris. Yes, please. Go ahead, hon. Come on.
I will soon.
Okay.
I will soon. I promise. I promise, Chris. I will offend you.
He didn't say. Cindy said she's going to offend you soon. I put the warning out. This is a warning, a full-fledged warning, that this video will be coming out in a very short time. Heads up. Chris gets back to me and said, "What are the topics? What are you going to talk about?" You should talk about this. Make sure you talk about that. Don't talk about this. I'm kidding, Chris, but I'm almost talking the truth. Calm down. Your loyalty is I can't tell you the gratitude I have for your loyalty. You are a fabulous person. I heard you were older than I am. See, now this is a compliment for you, Chris. I heard that you were 75 years old. Am I off on that? Because I thought that you were 45 years old, that you worked in, I thought that you were an accountant. For some reason, I got the accountant or the, like some guy with numbers. I had the idea that Chris was a numbers guy for some reason. And I thought you were about 45 years old. Then I heard through the grapevine, through the Creedence Clearwater grapevine, that guy's got to stop dyeing his hair. I mean, that guy's got to stop dyeing his hair for Creedence. Have you seen Fogarty recently? He's got 10, 15 years on me. You know, I'm not. This is me at 65. The guy's got 10, 15 years on me, not a gray hair on his head, and it looks ridiculous. And I love John Fogarty. John Fogarty. I love John Fogarty. Born on the Bayou, John Fogarty. You're fantastic. Let the hair go natural. You're not fooling anybody with that hair dye. I can name a few people. You know what's funny? George Clooney brought in this kind of, look, but not really, because he was never white. I'm almost white. See, in this light, I look white, but I'm a lot. See, back there, I'm a lot darker than that. I used to have dark, dark, dark brown hair back in 1928. In 1928, I had dark, dark brown hair in 28. But John Fogarty, please, and the great Dan Fogelberg. Somebody reminded me. They said sing a few Dan Fogelberg songs if you can. The great Dan Fogelberg he let his prostate. I think he died of colon cancer or prostate cancer. The poor guy. I think he died in 2005, maybe 2008. Let me tell you something about Dan Fogelberg. Dan Fogelberg was as talented a songwriter, singer, musician, vocalist as anybody. I said singer, as anybody on this planet. He was fabulous. Now his songs are sometimes melancholy, sometimes very sad, and sometimes just a little bit contrived. You could accuse him of having songs that are just a bit contrived, a little bit. Sometimes, met my old lover at the grocery store. The snow was falling Christmas Eve. Stole behind her at the frozen foods, and I brushed her on her sleeve. She couldn't recognize the face at first, then her eyes flew open wide. She went to hug me and spilled her purse, and I laughed till I cried. That's good stuff. I mean, that's good stuff. And that's the one New Year's song as I drift with my ADT. That's the one New Year's song that actually made the bill. If you notice, it actually made the bill. When you go to New Year's, when the New Year's chimes in, Dan will be on that radio or wherever on that mix or whatever your whatever you have there on your earbuds, whatever people do. I never wear earbuds. I don't wear earbuds. I don't want to be taken away from society. I have no desire to remove myself from society. I never wear earbuds. I've never once wore earbuds while working out. I don't like to listen to music while working out. I like the clang of the dumbbells. I like the cry of the hernia. I mean, I almost like the cry of the hernia as much as I like the dumbbells. I like the scream of a ruptured groin, almost as much as I enjoy the clanging of the dumbbells. Do you hear me? Am I getting through? I used to date a contortionist, but they broke it off. But she broke it off. Action Jack trying to steal my thunder. He says with his Groucho Marx cigar, I used to date a contortionist, but she broke it off. The Great Groucho. Nobody on this planet can compare to Groucho. There is no one on earth these days in 2026. There's a great guy on my YouTube channel. You know my YouTube channel, you're watching it. There's a great guy on my YouTube channel. What's his name? Stolyer. I can't remember his first name. I interviewed him twice. I can't remember the guy's name. That's how much I pay attention. I'm kidding. Stolyer. He wrote an excellent book on Groucho. He even threw in Harpo, threw in all the brothers, Chico and everything. Chico, don't be discouraged, the man who blown. What happened to Freddie Prinze? He blew his brains out way back when. Horrendous. Jack Albertson cried a river. Do you know that Freddie Prinze thought of Jack Albertson as his long lost father? He said, "This is my my white father that I never had, Jack Albertson." Chico, don't be discouraged. I guarantee you don't know who vocalized, who sang, who put words to the Chico and the Man song. I know it. I know it. The same guy that sang Feliz Navidad. That stupid thing. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Arreglo grande felicidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry. The same guy that did that. Everybody's going. The same guy that did that. You got it there, Alan. Alan knows his stuff. Jose, Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. I don't know how to speak Spanish, but I could fake it. Feliz Navidad. Orlando cuando felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Right up your ass. Right up your rear. No, it's a very good song. One time I was in a club when not Felice, when Jose Feliciano was playing a club one time, it looked like they dragged. Now this is later in the game. This is about 20 years ago, maybe yeah, something like that. It was a New York club. It was a New York very good restaurant / club. I would give them a pop if I could remember where I was 20 years ago, but I cannot remember where I was 20 years ago. I'm sorry. But Felice, Jose Feliciano was the entertainment. This guy, by then, he's probably a great guy, fantastic individual. I love him. Everything's fine. He was so bad. I love to say when somebody's bad. You know that. This is my pride and joy. I love to criticize. I mean, you understand. If you've never watched my channel, you may not know. I love to. This guy, he's playing. I'm just making it up. This way. I said, oh my God. My prime rib got stuck in my throat. My God. This man, whatever he had in the past, he lost it. This man, like he dragged him off the street and stuck him up there with a guitar. Jose sings the cover of Light My Fire, Light My Fire, Light My Fire. At the end of Light My Fire, it goes, the Doors classic, right? See, Jim Morrison singing the time to hesitate is through. The time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose. And our love become a funeral higher. Come on, baby. That's Morrison's version, right? Jose Feliciano's version, light my fire, yeah. Light my fire, oh yeah. Light my fire, yeah. Light my fire, light my. Jose, what are you doing, Jose? What are you doing?
That was a pain in the ass to hear.
Well, that's the way it sounded. That's the way it sounded.
Sorry, you guys had to go through that.
Oh.
No, I meant when they came out.
Oh. See, I thought you meant now. Oh, see, back then, I sat there with 4 other people. I had just got done doing a radio show, and I had 4 of these goofballs from the radio station with me, right? And what do I do? Oh, I'm sitting there. We're trying to eat, and they bring out Jose Feliciano. The time to hesitate is through. The time to wallow in the mire. And try now we could only lose. And I love it wasn't good. Let me tell you, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Yes, I'm 101 point. Remember CD 101.9, the fake jazz station? Do you remember the fake jazz station CD 101.9? They played one guy, they played George Benson a great deal. They played Turn Your Love Around. They came out with Turn Your Love Around when they wanted vocals. Whenever they wanted vocals on CD 101.9 back in the old days, you heard George. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. He did that thing where he kind of mimicked the guitar. What was that? Using my private lines. Did you ever meet Lenny Dykstra? Lenny Dykstra is a fine, upstanding human being. Lenny Dykstra, all those things you've heard about Lenny Dykstra, don't believe it. Don't even try. Don't believe it. Are you kidding? Lenny was nails, man. When he got jacked up on steroids, oh my goodness. When Lenny came in, he gained about 30 pounds of muscle during the off season, and he came in as a home run hitter instead of a singles hitter. You said, "What the hell are you doing there, Lenny? What's going on behind closed doors, Lenny? What is going on?" What's my bucket list? My bucket list is to die, both of us together, at the same exact. No, I don't. I want my wife to live on. I want to just die. And what they used to say, die in your wife's arms. My beautiful Cindy, I just want to relinquish myself at my last breath. Who cares? I mean, it may not ever happen for a good 20 minutes. I'm kidding. But you know something? When it comes down to it, it's a very, very difficult thing. Very difficult thing. The time to head. Schools closing central. Oh, by the way, you guys have very cold weather. I know I went wild during that. Oh, by the way, if you want to, people have been my email on here is Romeo Radio Show at gmail.com. I remember it. Romeo Radio Show at gmail.com. Romeo Radio Show at gmail.com. That's where you can go for these 2 reasons. I do these wonderful, wonderful fitness sessions with years and years of experience. You have no idea what kind of a trainer that you're getting, a consultant that you're getting when you forge ahead and hire Romeo to put you in shape. I mean, where the others have failed, I will succeed. We do these online. I do these online sessions. They're beautiful. We can follow that up with a great, great nutrition hour, and at a very reasonable price. I just want your every dollar and your firstborn. I'm kidding. A very, very reasonable price. Seriously, for a second, it consists of a full workout. It consists of a plan that I will personally put you on that will suit your needs. But everybody's so different, and I realize that people have different needs. Wait, I'll get you off the Ozempic. I'll get you off that dastardly drug, the Ozempic. And of course, if you want to combine the nutrition, which optimal, and your workout, you just go to Romeo Ralph. I'm sorry, that's not what it is. I have 3 emails. Romeo Radio Show. Romeo Radio Show at gmail.com. I'll give you details. We do that right on Zoom. Because I keep Zoom in business. Donnie Most will be back on this program Happy Days, Ralph Mouth, my namesake, Ralph Mouth, Donnie Most will be here in a few short minutes. Cindy and I tried to make it a live program with Donnie. We were going to get Donnie on the air, myself, and all your questions and comments. I don't have the software to do that. Whatever software is, because I have no idea. My wife fills me in on this. Whatever software may be in the present day, I don't have the software to have somebody live. I can't do Sunday. My beautiful Cindy will have to learn the software. She can't do it now at a moment's notice. But Donnie Most, Ralph Mouth, can you imagine getting a part? What happened, huh? Can you imagine getting a part on Happy Days and calling it Ralph, calling the character Ralph Mouth, and disclosing to the people, I mean, disclosing to the actor that you will be Ralph Mouth from now on. Fabulous stuff, tremendous stuff. Shall we talk about Don Lennon and this argument around the amendment that's been used? Don Lennon. Next time we talk to Joe Beningo, can you ask him what we thought was the more improbable workday of the Super Bowl? Ask Donnie if it was there the day John Lennon and Juliet. Oh yeah, we talked about that in the prior. He's been on my channel 4 or 5 times. Donnie Most, Don Most. He's called Don now, by the way. He's much older. He's Don Most now. He's actually 72 years old, I think. Wonderful guy, fantastic guy. He was, yeah. He said that John Lennon, Yoko visited the set. He told the whole story is on one of the prior interviews that you have to be a member to actually look at. But this Don Most interview is going to be a lot of fun. I always like Don. Evan Roberts. Where did Evan Roberts? Hey Snake, you're the king of the non sequitur. When did Evan Roberts get into the conversation? I'm talking about Lennon. I'm talking about Lennon. I'm talking about Don Most. We're talking about Dan Fogelberg. We're talking about the Super Bowl a little bit. Where did Evan Roberts? How did Evan Roberts get into the picture? Can you tell me? I don't know. Okay. But anyway, anywho, so it's going to be a shorty today. It's going to be a relatively shorty today. But Hakeem, I met Evan. Yeah, I mean Evan's I think Evan's a great guy. I just for whatever I think if you want me to comment on Evan Roberts, I think Evan's a great guy. I have nothing against Evan whatsoever. I don't know Evan, so I can't really comment any further. But I think he's a wonderful guy. He's just not a guy. I can't help it. He's not a guy that I say, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I have to listen to what Evan has to say about this or that. He just doesn't do it for me that way. No offense. And by the way, all these criticisms that I put on people, it's just in good fun. Because believe me, I've taken every bit of criticism in my life that anybody can take. And let me tell you that. Let me tell you that. But again, if you want to join me with those wonderful fitness sessions and you'll enjoy it, Romeo radio show at gmail.com. And when the others fail, when they don't get you into shape, I'll get you into good shape. I won't kill you like they tend to prove to you that they can send you to the hospital in the first week. We will, if you're that type, we will ease into it beautifully. We will work around your injuries. We will evaluate what you really need, not what the medical profession or the other so-called experts say that you need and what kind of workout you should be doing. The basics work fantastically, but the basics with a little know-how, and you can't beat it. Now, when you're talking basics, I'm not talking humdrum, boring workout. I'm talking about getting that foundation and having those basics part of our regiment, but adding on and building something nice whether you're 27 years old and you're a blubber and you're out of shape, or you're 77 or 87 years old, it's perfectly fine. Romeo Radio Show at gmail.com. And don't forget the nutrition side of the aisle. We have to do that, the nutrition side of the aisle. And the Devils always remind me of Seinfeld episode. Cindy just did the thing with the Seinfeld episode. The Devils always remind me, when David Putty, painted a big insignia of the Devils on his chest. First on his face, then his chest. All right, the worst FAN show was Chris, Moose and Maggie. Let me tell you about Moose and Maggie. They could team Malusis up with anybody. Malusis is very compatible with anyone. If you can't get along with Mark Malusis, I'm sure he has a dark side. Everybody does. If you cannot get along with Mark Malusis, you can't get along with anybody. Mark paired up with Maggie. Let's just say I feel sorry for Mark. Maggie's a wonderful woman. I'm sure she's no talk show host. Putting Maggie on an FAN show in the morning, I mean, it's very knowledgeable, but knowledge is one thing. Knowledge goes so far, but you have to have some sort of there's some sort of something, the it factor, that either you have it or you don't have it. This is one man's opinion. Somebody out there may adore the woman. As a talk show host, I never got it, and she's probably a wonderful person. But you stick Moose, I don't say Moose, I say Malusis. You stick Malusis with anybody, and you're golden. He'll make anything work for a while. Malusis got the short end. Is he still working for WPIX? I'm wondering. Is he still working for WPIX? I'm not quite sure. But Moose, yes, baby. Oh, but Moose is a wonderful person. Did I say Moose? Malusis is a wonderful, wonderful person. Tremendous, tremendous. All right. Let me just answer a few. I hear that. I'm gonna do me the term any sports talk that how bad the David Moose. I want to thank everybody and Tony Page. I want to thank everybody for being here. I'm going to cut it nice and short today because I have to get on my my Zoom with Donnie Most. So let's do that. And I really appreciate it. By the way, get in touch. By the way, if I can't sell my wares here, where am I going to sell them? I'm here and we do it long distance. We do these wonderful sessions long distance. Romeo Radio Show at gmail.com. Romeo Radio Show at gmail.com. And by the way, I use copyright of every song in the first 25 minutes. All right, you have yourself a good afternoon. And do me a favor, don't watch the Super Bowl. Boycott the Super Bowl. Do me a favor and boycott the Super Bowl. And by the way, once this goes up, you can watch it again if you missed something, because it was a fun show. It really was. Take care of yourself. I had a great time. I hope you did too.